Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, I'm Lisa Marie. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Did you guys like this week's episode? Express your thoughts below. Hey guys, I hope you had a good week. I really enjoyed this episode. Did you guys? I have a lot of opinions, so I think we should just get on with the video. Captain Glenn.
Chris is one of my best deckhands, so I'm concerned for him, but also we have one more charter and it starts tomorrow. What are my options?
Glenn, it's one of 3 deckhands. Just make Byron help more. I don't know. There are solutions to this problem. This is not a big deal. It's one charter. They can fucking deal with it. Suck it up, Cupcake.
I'm not here to get in the middle of personal politics. My concern is, can Jenna and Madison call a truce and get us to the finish line?
I don't know, Glenn. I think you're gonna have another talk with their Jenna there and tell her that she's fucking delusional. She's the worst Chief Stew I've ever seen. And I don't even really like Hannah that much, but I would take Hannah over her right now.
This side of Jenna is unacceptable. And honestly, I'm in a tough spot right now. With one charter left, I'm not going to make any dramatic changes to the crew.
All right, can we be done with this drama?
Yeah, we just have to get through this.
I wonder if Jenna realizes how fucking close she was to getting fired that day. But she probably doesn't, because her ego is the size of the damn ship.
It's not feasible where we are to get someone else on board and bring them up to speed. This is a tough spot to be in.
Maybe you guys could have worked with Parker and taught him more things instead of berating him, and maybe he would be there instead of an experienced sailor who likes to injure himself and work through the injury.
Why the hell am I just hearing about this now?
And there's no way it was makeup.
It's white powder.
If there are illegal substances on board,
It's very serious.
I can't think of anything worse than the boat being confiscated, me losing my license, or even going to jail.
Once again, Jenna fucks up and doesn't do what I assume is what protocol is to get the fucking captain up if you suspect any sort of drug use. Chef Adam.
I would hate for something positive like Jenna and I's relationship to leave a bad taste in Glenn's mouth. Despite the fact that we've shown a little bit of PDA here and there, there's no question that we're capable of doing our jobs just the way we are.
Wait. Positive relationship? Wait, let me look around. Where? Where does he think this positive relationship is? Because all we've seen is toxicity that I've seen, and most of it coming from him. But now there's this strange little alliance that just is super toxic.
I'm not being some diva chef about this situation. I care about the food that I'm putting out. The problem is, it's gonna go bad. I don't get a second chance.
Holy shit, guys. I think I agree with Adam on this. This is really diva. 2 hours late just to shower, to go eat. Damn. If I were her friends, I'd be so pissed off at her. Chief Engineer Byron. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Was Byron even a fucking crew member this season? The guy barely had any interviews. I barely had any sound bites for the guy. Was he there? Or what? Chief Stew Jenna.
It's not your place to comment on what your superior is doing. This is my home. This is my workplace. I am dating Adam. Did it affect any of our professional abilities? The answer is no.
See right there, guys. I called it last video. I knew she was going to try and flip this and blame it on Madison for her inability to actually do her job properly while she's trying to get on dick over there. Adam. The ego on this girl is amazing. She really cannot admit when she's wrong. And she's definitely wrong now. And she even lied to Captain about the activities that happened that day. And don't you tell me you don't remember a 2-day fucking charter. If you can remember all the details of what everybody wants and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and you say you do your job so fucking well, you will certainly remember those actions of that day. So she's so fucking stupid, I hate her.
Are you kidding me? Come on.
Are you pissed because someone's going to put you in your place and you really, really hate that? And you can't lie in front of people's faces? You little bitch.
If guests do bring drugs on board, it can put us all at risk of being charged. So if I suspect something and Chris suspects something and we didn't say anything about it, the onus is on us.
I agree with her. They have to do their job. They have to go by the rules. This is international law, so you can't fuck around with that kind of shit.
I'm not going to wake up the captain right now. I'm not going to escalate this situation. It could be nothing, but if it is something, it's important that Glenn makes that decision himself.
I think she should have woken him up right then, because who knows what could have happened overnight. Those people could have OD'd on their boat, and then where would they be?
You don't want to go around accusing a charter guest of using illicit drugs if that's not the case. It's just literally the worst thing that could happen. God.
You would not have brought it to the captain's attention if you didn't think it was the illegal substance. Like, don't BS us, sweetie. Second stew, Madison.
It's not worth it at this point in the season for me to deal with Jenna. Glenn wants us to work together. So I'm just gonna bust my ass and be professional. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm sorry.
From dinner.
Cap, I got you, dude.
I think Madison's taking the high road on this. Like, she understands that Captain is already on her side and understands what a fucking lunatic Jenna has become. So she's just taking it in stride and putting her head down and just doing her damn work. Go Madison. Third stew, Georgia.
Every time I've expected Jenna to admit that she's wrong, she tries to chalk it down to professional working environment, this hierarchy, and your inadequate feelings.
Thank you.
Thank you. Last charter, baby.
To take no accountability. It's bullshit.
See, I knew she would try and throw both of them under the bus. This lady cannot take accountability for any of her actions. She can never say the words, I'm sorry, or I was wrong. Those just are not in this bitch's vocabulary. And it sucks because she could have been a really good teacher to these girls, but her ego just really got in her way. First mate, Paget.
I'm annoyed because we've literally just got rid of somebody who couldn't do their job to now be given somebody who has injured themselves and cannot do the job. Rest up, Chris. I can't catch a break.
I find it really funny when Paget is frustrated in that way, because he did have a deckhand that he could have teach and molded into the deckhand he wanted him to be, and he lost him because he couldn't handle, I don't know, his jealousy over Parker somehow. And now he got Chris, who actually knew what he was doing but injured himself, so he's still out a deckhand. I think it's karma. Personally, I think it's karma. Deckhand Ciara.
Towards the end of the charter season, everybody's exhausted and can't wait to go on holiday, get off the boat. We are in that phase right now.
Think about it. If you all worked in that industry, you would be at the same point by the end of the charter season. You would just want to get away from everybody. You would hate everybody's faces by that point. Deckhand Chris.
Not a big one for going to see the doctor. I've just got to work it out and I'm going to be perfectly fine.
I feel so bad for Chris. He just got there and just got the groove of everything, and now he's injured himself.
I don't know what this is. I've never had pain like this. It is scary. I don't know what's going to happen.
Even all of that pain, and Chris is still willing to work this next charter and complete the charter season. He is the person who gives and gives even at the detriment of himself. Landlubber of the week.
If this guest goes ashore and snorts cocaine and comes back with a bit of residue on his nose, that is not my problem. But my problem is if he's got drugs on board. Because he's in deep shit if there's drugs on board in his cabin.
The guest with drugs. I mean, if you're gonna do that shit on a boat, be a little more discreet about it. Like, I'm very sure that there have been other guests on this television show who have brought drugs on board, but they're just not stupid enough to get caught. Sea Dog of the Week.
Nailed it. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think I have to give Sea Dog to Adam for his really incredible 7-course meal that even I wanted to eat. Peak and Pit of the Week. The peak of the episode for me was when Glenn and Madison confronted Jenna about her lies.
Glenn, he came to me after apparently having a conversation with Ciara that I did not know about.
But Madison, to be fair, I did feel that you had some issues. You just didn't want to voice them.
And you did have them because you just sat in here and told me, I don't have an issue. What you do in your own time is what you do in your own time. And then you flipped it and said,
I didn't flip it. I gave an example.
Madison, I'm finishing my sentence.
Hey.
Why do you even have a f***ing opinion about this? It actually pisses me right off.
Jen, I did tell you that it was not from your department. So please don't take it out on Madison.
Honestly, I don't like any environment that would kibosh affection.
You understand how it looks when you're just like sitting on top of someone, or like when you were laying on his lap or something, trying to talk to me like professionally. It's just like I'm just saying.
Jen, I'm getting the feeling now that you're being defensive.
I'm just lowering myself by even having this conversation. Are Adam and I in the crew mess? No, I'm sitting beside him and like holding his hand. I'm going to show him some affection. Oh, sorry, I can't because Madison might have an issue with it. That feels shitty to me, and that feels like an environment I wouldn't want to be in.
I just think you're justifying your actions. You're defending them and they're indefensible.
The pit of the episode for me was Chris being injured and unable to really help the deck crew at all.
I finished school and then I went straight on to working on boats. You ready? Yeah. Since 2011, it's been my life. If this injury means that I can't go back to doing what I love... Okay, she's turning nicely. It's scary.
Do you agree? Sound off below. Scuttlebutt of the week.
Is there anything you don't want me to find?
My luxury yacht vacation is pretty much ruined.
According to the preview, we will get to the bottom of the drug thing next week, which will be fun, and we'll see if the police are involved. Shipwreck of the week.
A couple of things have been brought to my attention. 2 of the interior were down at the same time. You and Georgia, during the day, if the guests are on board, should be 1 person is down and that 2 people are available.
So that didn't happen at all.
It kind of looked like it did happen. I spoke with Madison and I could see that both you and Georgia were down at that time, but she was still tasked with, I think, doing the cabins and the laundry, which is not how it's done.
Yeah, without knowing the specific day, I don't know, but I know that Georgia and I...
It was day 2.
I can't recall that day, even though I know it's only 2 days. But you have to understand it's a little bit frustrating to hear what sounds like negative feedback, and I'm a little bit defensive about it because it's like I put so much of my thought and effort into planning out that time to make sure that the guests are happy. It wouldn't be like, oh, I just want to off right now.
But it was also that you and Adam were on a break at the same time so that you and Adam could go and chill out together. That's drawing attention. And I've seen things, I can only imagine what I haven't seen.
We're definitely having sex on the counter.
That's not cool. Do you understand my point?
I do, but it's like, where do you ever be affectionate?
That is not my problem. In those situations, we're meant to be discreet.
So should I just tell Adam to not touch me anymore?
If you want me to speak with both of you as a couple, I'm happy to do that. Do me a favor. Tone it down a bit. The last charter, I want us all to finish on a high note. We can all take it up a notch. Thank you very much.
Jenna, because she can never admit when she's wrong or when she's at fault at all. She would rather just deflect, deflect, deflect. Let's rate this episode. Do you agree? Sound off below. I'm rating this episode a 9. I'm really enjoying these last few episodes of the season. Too bad it took this long for it to get super interesting.
Next week on the season finale of Below Deck Sailing Yacht.
I know that we joke around a lot on the boat as well, and I don't personally mind it because
You're the one doing the bullying? Okay. Is there anything you don't want me to find? My luxury yacht vacation is pretty much ruined.
Ciara. Yes. For more Below Deck Sailing Yacht, go to bravotv.com.
Has anyone heard if there's going to be any reunion shows after the season? Because I haven't really heard anything, but I'm not part of the Facebook groups because most of the administrators are fucking assholes and can't handle when people disagree with each other. For some reason, agreeing to disagree is no longer valid. But that's another story for another day. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week. As always, thank you for watching, and try not to screw the pooch this week, okay?